Determining the shim thickness on the best case scenario door is actually a lot more simple than doing the worst case scenario, simply because of the fact that you don't have to bend the tab over on this one. You would just need to slide it in and then test for fit. We predetermined this one to start off at the 10 gauge thickness by looking at the way the door was fitting. We will close the door now and we'll just check that out again. See, it drops down ever so slightly, giving it, it's not contacting the back door yet, but you can tell that in time it's going to start to have that problem. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with the 10 gauge thickness. We think that's a good place to start. And what we're going to do is jack up our door, just like we did every other time in our videos here. Make contact with the bottom of the door. We're just going to show you how to swap them out real quick, so we make sure that the installation is made as easy as possible for you. Alright, we're going to jack up our door, creating the gap once again in the bottom of the door. Okay? And we're going to slide in. We're going to slide in the 10 gauge. Even get a little tap. As you can see, it goes in real. It's easy to go in. This is really easy to install. Anybody can do this. Move our light out of the way. We're going to drop our door down, lowering our jack. You see, jack is out of the way, and we're going to close the door once again. Let's see how our fit is with the 10 gauge shim. As you can see, we're still getting a little bit of a drop. Not as bad as it was before, but the 10 gauge was a good place to start by eyeballing it. Now we can leave that 10 gauge in and it would probably be just fine. You won't have any problems with this door anymore. But if we want to go for perfection, and because of how easy the Shim-Eze installs, we're going to try the 8 gauge. The 8 gauge is just a little bit thicker, and it may close up that gap the rest of the way. We're going to jack up our door. Now mind you, if your clock is running, we're probably going to do this a double install in less than 5 minutes. We make contact with the door, we're lifting the door up. Best case scenario is very simple to change around. So what we're going to do here is put the light back in there, grab our set of pliers, grab onto the Shim-Eze we just installed, which was the 10 gauge. We pulled that out. We got the new one, the 8 gauge, going to go back in. We get that lined up. 8 gauge is a little bit thicker. Okay, so it's going to take a little more coaxing to get in there than the 10 gauge did. But as you can see, it does slide in just as easy. Once again, you're installed. Check your clock. I bet you we are under 5 minutes. We're dropping the door down. Okay, we're getting the jack out of the way. We're pulling our light out. And we're ready to close our door and check for fit. Okay, did you see the 8 gauge? No drop whatsoever. The 8 gauge lined it up perfectly. Now that's going to save you some major headaches down the road, and some other. It's going to save you for some other damages, particularly to the striker. Excuse me, get a little tongue-tied there. But as you see, we're done. That's Shim-Eze. You are done. We did 2 installations in under 5 minutes, and your door's back in line. As I said, it's going to save you costly repairs and headaches down the road. The Shim-Eze installs in less than 5 minutes.